But that was it on me.
Put it on.
On me.
We gon' fuck all night. Bro, I remember I was coming out of the dorms and I was listening to it. My friends heard, like, saw me listen to it. They were like, yo. And I was like,
your homies were like, hey, Phil, he gonna put that pussy on me.
no, they weren't.
Promise?
No.
Let's get straight to it. Welcome to another episode of You Know
Ball, baby.
Brought to you by the Run the Play Network. I'm your man, Anthony. To my right, I got the #1 Lakers fan in SoCal, Philly Phil in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we get into it, let's show them the merch real quick.
Show them the merch.
Let's show them the merch. Get your shirts real quick.
Show them the merch. On the backside, we got the logo too. You want to show on the backside? Or you want to just grab one of those? Up to you.
I'm about to say I'm going to grab it. Because I feel like it'd be looking awkward if I...
That's why I...
white one too, just letting y'all know.
Yeah, we got it all. We got it all. We got it all.
Look at that.
Look, simple.
Look at that. That's smooth, man. Run it. Both sides. Boom.
Hey, this is a test order. So we only got a limited amount of orders. DM us. Instagram, Run the Play Network. It's going to be in the description. DM us, and, you know, you could get yourself a shirt. You can get yourself a shirt pretty easily. Phil, how you doing today, brother?
Honestly, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Just had a pretty good day
yesterday,
so I'm good about that. Your Thunder, you guys are in the stinking in-season tournament championship.
Yeah, so
how you feeling about that?
We're recording this on Monday, so I don't know if we won or not, but I'm going to assume we won. Hey, I feel great, man. The Thunder just won the NBA Cup. You know, we're feeling good. SGA's like, low-key, SGA might be front runner for MVP now.
He's going crazy.
I mean, Jokic and Giannis, they got the numbers for sure, but best player on the best team, I know you want it to be Tatum, but it's looking...
it's not looking too good.
Tatum might retire with no MVPs. Ain't that kind of crazy to say?
It stinks because, you know, you have Giannis, you have SGA, you have Luka now. Luka woke up.
Yeah.
Had himself a 40-point triple-double yesterday against the Warriors. But, you know, you got all these great players, and it's not like he's not doing great things. It's just that these guys are putting up greater stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, for sure. Shout out Tatum. Tatum might finish with all those players we just named. Tatum might end up with the most rings, but maybe not the most MVPs.
I hope he doesn't win another ring.
He's going to get another one, bro. I think he's going to get another one for sure.
Low-key, yeah.
But, you know, I'm back. My voice is feeling a little better. You know, you could probably tell it's not 100%, but it's a little better. So we're going to go with my favorite segment. What made me mad?
What made you mad, Anthony?
You know what made me mad this week, Philip? This whole NBA ratings discussion, bro. Y'all on Twitter are so weird, bro. When have anyone ever, like, looked at TV ratings? Like, who really gives a fuck about that? If you're watching basketball right now, you know the product has been great. I'm going to be honest. The product, to me, is great. The only problem I feel like with basketball right now is late game, the fouling.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with that. Everything else, as far as basketball goes, has been great. It's just bullshit, bro. Like, y'all really give a fuck about ratings?
Well, what do you mean late game fouling? Was that what you said?
Like, you know how at the end of the game, there'll be 2 minutes left and it'll take 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That shit to me is just like, I'm watching a game. I'm like, low-key, bro, I'm trying to go to sleep. You know, like, let's wrap this up. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like right now, today, if you wanted to, like, you go to college, you know a lot of people who are basketball fans. Do you know a lot of people who actually watch basketball?
Yeah.
There's also, like, a sect of fans who, like, could be a part of this rating discussion and say they don't watch basketball, but could also name 30 players because the NBA is so easy to follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think that's the big reason why these ratings are low, because you could follow basketball so easy online. Like, there's still a huge fan base of NBA fans.
That's a good point.
I think the biggest. I think it's the biggest right now than it's ever been because we're having stupid-ass discussions like why the ratings are low. Because realistically, like, we don't give a fuck. And then also, like, shit like these online websites where you could watch all the games exist.
That too.
It's like, why am I going to pay for League Pass? Why am I going to pay for cable when I could watch on some of these websites?
That is true.
I pay for League Pass, so I'm not a criminal like y'all. But, like, why would I pay for them if I couldn't? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
well, what's the point of that? Like, I just think this ratings discussion, to me, is just the most bullshit thing. It's like, it's old heads trying to prove a point. Like, trying to say football is better or whatever. Like, whatever y'all want to do, Cool. Feel how you feel. I'm going to feel how I feel, and let's move the fuck on. Because why are we talking our ratings 3 months into a season that's been very good? I think. Personally, I've had a lot of fun. We got classic games like Cleveland versus the Celtics both times. We've gotten some great Hawks games. Thunder versus the Mavericks has been great games. Luka's performances. Jokic had 100 points in 2 fucking days. But we're going to sit here and act like this season is trash. Come on. Be self. What Trae Young's been doing with Atlanta. Let's be self for real. I know the Warriors have been up and down. But Stephen Curry has had some games, and that team has looked great. Houston. Like, I think a big problem with basketball is I think a lot of the reason that people got turned off from it was the player movement. I think that's what's fucked people up because it's like
because everybody's been moving from team to team.
Yeah, it's like I watched basketball one season and Paul George is a Pacer, and then the next season he's on the Thunder, and the next season he's in LA, and then now he's in Philly. It's like hard to follow, and I get that, but at the same time, bro, it's like also not that deep. Like just watch basketball, and like if you don't like basketball, or if you're someone who used to watch basketball and now you don't, you're just not watching the right teams anymore. Because, like, maybe back then you're a Laker fan and you liked how Kobe played, and now, obviously, the Lakers play a completely different brand of basketball.
Yeah.
But you could go watch a team like the Thunder and see some great isolation players in Jalen Williams and SGA. Like, there's ways to enjoy. Every team plays a pretty unique style. I know you could complain about three-point numbers and all that, but, bro, it's just like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit at the end of the day.
Which means watch the game fully.
Exactly.
Pick your team, choose wisely.
Yeah.
And tell me why you're going to become a Laker fan soon.
Bro, see, like, the Laker fans are why the ratings are dropping. Because Laker fans, it's hard for them to watch basketball now.
That's true. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I've been having some fun watching it.
Yeah?
I've been having some fun.
You get a little frustrated, though?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
You're not a true Laker fan if you're not frustrated.
That's true. That's true. You know, we can get into the first subject.
Yeah.
But I seen a lot of this pissed me off on Twitter too. I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
When Dennis Schroeder got traded, the Laker fans pissed me off.
What happened?
Because all these Laker fans, I seen so many tweets of Laker fans saying, "Rob ain't pick up the phone. Rob don't want Schroeder," and shit like that. And then you search on those dudes' Twitters, and there's tweets of them shitting on Schroeder when he was a Laker. Like a lot of dudes come. That's the problem with. I feel like with the Lakers, it's players have to play the Laker style of basketball, which more than likely hurts how they play, and then they go somewhere else and hoop, and now it's like, of course they don't want to do that on the Lakers. Like, no, y'all don't put players in their best position to succeed unless they're catching shooters.
I don't even think we put catching shooters in the best position.
That's true.
We don't get catching shooters. Dalton Connect is the first catching shooter we got, and look at him. He's averaging 11 points per game.
Hey, Matt Ryan.
I'm still mad we didn't use him more.
Matt Ryan was cool, though.
That man saved our season in 2022-23. Because think about it. If he didn't help us win that game against the Pelicans, we don't get that differential, and it doesn't let us go to the in-season tournament to play against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
In-season tournament or playing?
My bad, playing.
I was about to say, bro, if your season got saved over the in-season tournament.
Technically, because we had to play the Pelicans 2 times going towards the end, and the fact that we had that 50-50 or the 3-1 record against them, that saved us.
Yeah. I love Matt Ryan, bro. And now he's a Knick now. But what do you think about the Dennis Schroeder trade?
I actually liked it. I liked it. On my notes, if you guys don't know, Dennis Schroeder was traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Warriors, and the full trade was Warriors get Dennis Schroeder and a second-round pick, and the Nets get DeAnthony Melton, who is hurt sadly right now for the rest of the season, tore his ACL, I believe, and they sent 3 second-round picks for him. But to me, I honestly love this move by the Warriors, even though I hate them.
I called the package.
That was crazy. In the group chat, we were literally talking about this they were talking about it. Him and Dom, our graphic designer.
Shout out Dom, the GOAT, chef.
Shout out, doing a really good job. They were talking about what the Warriors could possibly do to get Dennis, and they literally said probably DeAnthony Melton, and I want to say 2 or 3 second-round picks. And I was like, that's interesting. And then right when they said that, notification comes up, and I was like, whoa.
I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm a genius. Like, that was just the money match.
Brody's low-key a genius.
All right, chill. But, yeah, I gave this trade an A+.
Yeah.
If I got a grade trade. I think Schroeder gives them something completely different because he's a downhill guard.
Yeah.
So you could play him next to Steph Curry and give him the ball. Like, it's not like we have Stephen Curry standing on one wing and Schroeder on another wing. Like, Schroeder will get to the basket and have Curry stand in the corner, move around, do what he does best. I don't like the idea of him starting, though. I would have him come off the bench. No. I know Pajemski hasn't been good this season, but like I still think you gotta let Podziemski rock out.
What's been the starting unit for the Warriors lately?
It's been Curry, Podziemski, Wiggins, Kuminga, and
Kevon
Looney. Yeah,
that's not a bad lineup. That's
no,
good.
yeah, and then you have Schroeder and Draymond on the bench. Should be decent.
I'm excited though, because one thing I put down was I think it would be awesome to see like if the Warriors get into a snag, they got Buddy Hield, Dennis, and Draymond checking in and
That's
go to a small
decent.
ball unit, and then you got Curry, Dennis.
Oh, maybe Buddy's been starting.
Huh?
No, Buddy hasn't been starting.
I'm not totally sure.
I think Buddy was starting to start the year, but I don't think he's starting no more.
Nah, but I know that man Jonathan Kuminga got the call.
Yeah, he got the call.
He's starting to step up just a little bit.
Yeah, and Wiggins has been playing very decent this season.
Wiggins has been underrated, bro.
I love. Hey, I hope he's on your
Wiggins.
list. I love Wiggins, bro.
Oh my goodness. I was watching a couple of them highlights against the Mavs. I'm like, bro, he's doing pull-ups like he was with the Timberwolves.
And he's a stopper too. Defensively, he's very fucking
That's
talented.
who he's playing in his bag right now. He
Yeah.
said, Klay Thompson gone. Let me step up real quick. I like that.
I love, bro. Wiggins is one of my. He always fucks up the Thunder. He's one of those guys, so I hate that. But when I watch the Warriors and they're not playing the Thunder, I'm like, man, I want. That's like he's like the Bryce Young of the NBA. Like I just want that dude to succeed, bro.
Hey, take notes, Laker front office. Take notes.
No, I seen actually a mock trade with Wiggins to the Lakers, and I'm like,
Really?
I don't know if they're gonna trade. I don't think they're gonna trade Wiggins.
Who made that mock trade?
Some NBA Twitter dude, but it would be good for you guys.
It would.
It
A lot
would.
of things would be good for us.
Yeah, that's true. Anything
Question is,
really.
are we going to do it?
Yeah, I don't think. And then I seen another mock trade. It was the. We'll talk about it later.
But-
Actually, you got anything else to say about this?
I just want to say that with the Dennis Schroeder thing, and then if they could negotiate after this season, like a cheap contract, like, I don't know, like 3 year, 30 mil or something like that. This, once again, more than ever, is a center of any role type's dream destination.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors. I don't know why, like when Colin Castleton Loki made me mad when he was like, oh, like, I didn't want to sign for anybody because I want to sign with the Lakers because I feel like I should be here. Bro, you should have gone to the Warriors. You know how crazy it would have been? Because any big that goes to the Warriors turns into like...
Especially bigs like Colin Castleton.
That's what I'm...
Like Castleton, like... And I know you're the Laker guy. You're a little higher on him than me.
No, I'm not that high.
I mean, you were for like a minute last season.
I
There was a
was
stretch.
excited.
There was a stretch where I remember you were like, they need to play Castleton more.
Well, yeah, I just want to see what he's got because we were playing small ball lineups and I
Yeah.
was like, they were complaining. They're like, we don't have anybody like height wise. If we had somebody height wise, I'm like, well, we have a 7-footer. Why not play him?
Yeah, I feel like dudes like that are like 7 foot. He's a little slow, but like I think that's fine on the Warriors. Like set screens, bro. You're good. But yeah, this kind of pivots into the next thing. A Jimmy Butler trade. It's kind of imminent at this point, bro. But I got a kind of hot take about this, dude.
All right, let me
You
hear
ready
it.
to hear this?
Let me hear it.
I would bet money that Jimmy does not get traded.
I mean, I don't feel like that's a hot take, though.
I just feel like there's so much heat around it. That's like all NBA media wants to talk about right now.
I mean, because there's not like too much
That's-
going on.
that's true.
Like trade wise, because remember,
Yeah.
like every year you hear about this player, that player. There's probably like 10 players you hear about that want to get traded or are being traded, and then so far there isn't really too much news. It's just a couple of centers, and everybody already has a couple of centers except for a couple of teams. But with the Jimmy Butler thing, I wouldn't be too like, oh, that's a letdown if he stays with the Heat. I honestly expected him to stay like this year and rock out and maybe leave next year. But
Yeah,
I get you.
my whole thing is like, bro, how do you make that money work? Especially with this whole what's it called, the apron?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you make that money work? That shit don't make no sense, bro. How are you gonna trade a dude making so much damn money?
The whole first and second apron thing.
Yeah, and it's like, why would like? I feel like the team that if there was a team to make a trade, like if I was in 2K, and the easiest team to trade with would be like the Rockets. But why the fuck would the Rockets trade for Jimmy Butler?
I got notes on that.
Go ahead,
I got
then.
notes on that.
Go ahead, then.
With the Rockets thing, when I heard that
I
they wanted
hate
Jimmy,
that.
I was like, why?
I don't think they want Jimmy.
Bro,
I think it just makes the most sense for it to go there, so that's what people are saying.
I don't think it's a good idea at all for them
No.
to, even if there was a chance, even if the Heat were desperate to get rid of Jimmy, they shouldn't touch it because the team is doing good. I was watching that game, the Thunder versus OKC between you guys. They look good. It's just that y'all were better.
Yeah.
Y'all were more experienced. But
And they're young, bro.
that's what I'm saying. The young unit they have, and low key, I understand hella people are mad at Jabari Smith Jr., but watching that game, he was playing his role well. And then Amen Thompson Bro, that dude's a dog. Dylan Brooks, he's putting culture in there.
I love
They're
Dylan
being
Brooks,
way
dude.
more aggressive. I like it as much as I hate him. I love what he's doing for the Rockets.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet, he's playing his role as the floor general on the floor, distributing the ball. But Jalen Green and stinking Alfred Şengün, those guys, they have something. They got to build on it, but they have something. And they should not take it apart for Jimmy Butler, the 35-year-old making $48 million this year, $52 the next, unless he picks up his player, or unless he doesn't take his player.
He's going to opt out, I think, and test the market.
If I were him, I would.
And I think someone's going to pay him. And I think if the Rockets were to pay him, I think I'd be more okay with that. If it was a sign-in trade and they got to give up like a Cam Whitmore or even, this might be pushing it, but like a Tari Eason, like if they had to sign in trade to get rid of someone, then I'd be cool with that because that makes more sense. But if you're going to have to package Tari and Amen or Cam Whitmore and Amen or just a package of something that's like, it's a little too much, bro. Like, I think Amen, and I'm not as high on Amen as a lot of people are because a lot of people think I feel like his ceiling is through the roof, but his floor is also very low because he can't shoot the basketball. But his ceiling is there. His ceiling is fucking there. If you trade a dude like that could be not LeBron or Michael Jordan or nothing, but let's say he could turn into like an Anthony Edwards if he develops a jump shot, which is completely realistic. Why would you trade that for a 36-year-old? Why? It just doesn't. And that's my whole thing. Like the Warriors, this was the mock trade I saw. It was a bunch of like filler guys, and then it was Wiggins and Kuminga. This was from oh my God, what's the podcast with like Riv and I don't remember it, but y'all know at home. That shit pissed me off because it's like, why am I gonna trade Wiggins, Kuminga, and he said picks?
I wouldn't do that.
Why am I gonna gut and like it was that and like 3 more players? So you were gutting depth.
3 more players?
Gutting depth for Jimmy Butler?
Nah, I wouldn't do that,
For
bro.
a 36-year-old that don't turn it on to the playoffs?
As happy as that would make me as a Laker fan, I would not do that.
And again, that's a team that if they were to pay Jimmy Butler in the offseason, I'd be so cool with that.
Yeah.
You got Curry, you got Jimmy, you got Wiggins, you got Kuminga.
Yeah.
Like, that is a solid-ass core. But if I'm having to gut my roster, I'm not – it's like if a team trades for Jimmy Butler right now, it's going to be so similar to what the Knicks did to get Carmelo Anthony back in the day, where it was like the Knicks at that point had just got Amari Stoudemire. They were, like, exciting kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they traded all their pieces for Carmelo Anthony. And it's like this team was exciting before Melo was there.
Yeah.
So we're giving everything up. And they kind of had to repiece all those pieces together with a J.R. Smith, with the Iman Shumpert, with a Jeremy Lin run, with a Jason Kidd. Like, that's tough to do to repiece. A team's going to have to do that if they go after Jimmy Butler. And I just don't know. I don't think Jimmy Butler's prime Melo. I'll tell you that much. So
one thing I did put in my notes, though, because I did say the question I have was, is it possible and at what cost? I think it is possible for this one team, though, when I was looking at it. Now, I want to hear what you think about this trade. I was fooling
Can I
around.
guess your team?
You already know what team it is.
Is it the Suns?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Did you make a trade for it?
I didn't make a trade.
Okay. So this was my idea about it. Because
Phil.
in
With
one
the
of
mock?
in one of the Twitter posts, somebody said, well, I kept on hearing over and over again, the Suns, Jimmy saying something about like he may want to go to the Suns, the orange hair, this and that. But there was an interesting post saying that, I'm trying to find it, when that's about Heat. No, not that one. Evan Sidery on Twitter said the Suns are Jimmy Butler's top preferred trade destination. And there was another interesting.
I would love to see KD and Jimmy Butler on the same team.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit would be fun.
The Miami Heat would likely prefer to receive win-now players in a potential trade for Jimmy Butler rather than draft picks. And right when I saw that, I was like, interesting. So I looked at the Fanspo, and this is what I put together, and it was successful, quote unquote. Don't take my word for it. The Phoenix Suns get Jimmy Butler and Alec Burks. The Miami Heat get Bradley Beal and Mason Plumlee. What do you think about that?
I think I would be more towards a Bradley Beal and Grayson Allen. Something like that. I don't know if the money works on that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, to me, I think the Suns should make that deal if KD goes down again. Because they have been so bad when KD's down, but they're 12-2 when he plays. So, like, why are you going to throw apart what you have that's good for Jimmy Butler?
Well, the only reason why I'm thinking this might be good is because this is the lineup I came up with after that trade. So this is the Suns. Tyus Jones at the 1, Devin Booker at the 2, Jimmy Butler at the 3, Kevin Durant at the 4, Yusuf Nurkic at the 5. Now, I think this is good for them because it doesn't sacrifice young talent. They get off of Bradley Beal's contract. They get a tough attitude on the team that is defensive-minded, because I think that with Bradley Beal, him at the 3, they're expecting him to play defense, be 3 and D, but he's also a scorer. He's always going to be in that scorer mindset. So getting a Jimmy Butler, I feel like, could help, because he can score, but he's also like, he's trying to go out there and kill somebody.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be cool. And also Butler and Jones being able to move the ball to KD and Booker would honestly go crazy. Because then you have Butler and Tyus Jones as your other options, is like if you get into a double team situation or if they're in the zone. And I feel like that'd be hard for teams to guard. But I want to hear your take on that, though.
I'm of the mindset of what you have is good.
Yeah.
So why would you ruin that?
That's true.
That's kind of how I'm thinking. But I don't hate it. Mm-hmm. I don't hate it at all. I just don't. This might be a hot take. Mm-hmm. But I don't look at them too much differently if they get Jimmy Butler compared to Beal. Like, I love Jimmy Butler, and I think Jimmy Butler's a way better player than Beal. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he puts them in a tier anywhere higher, because I do think they're already in that, like, second tier of championship contenders.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you had Jimmy Butler. I'm not a big of fan of, like, we have this super big 3 and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at the game, because I feel like I just had this argument under a Run the Play tweet. Mm-hmm. Over the last 5 years, bro, like, all of the teams that have won the championship have been deep-ass teams. Even you guys, when you guys won the championship, y'all were a completely different roster than now. Yeah. Y'all had 8, like, contributing championship-minded players.
Yeah.
You know, the Raptors before that were exactly like that. Celtics last season, Nuggets, the Bucks with Drew Holiday, Giannis, Middleton, Lopez. Like, you got names. Like, I just feel like if you got KD, Booker, and Jimmy, is that better than the argument I had with the dude was he was talking about that Nets team with KD, Harden, and Kyrie, and he was like, they were injured. I'm like, well, if you build a team around 3 players who are injury prone, someone's gonna get fucking injured. And if you do that this season, and you have KD who's injury prone, you have Jimmy Butler who's 36 and injury prone.
That's true.
You can't build a team like that. It's just not. It's not right. I mean, again, if they lose KD again, then I think that makes sense, because you want to get as high of a seed as possible. And I think Jimmy helps with that a little bit more than Beal. But I don't think it's that much. I think another team that I think could be interesting is the Mavericks.
Ooh, I forgot to do a trade for that one.
But I just don't know how you would exactly mock that up. I don't think there's a realistic way to do that.
I think they're also over the second apron, because that's another tough thing, because the Heat – well, actually, no, the Suns are over the second apron, but the Heat – are in the first apron, so they can make a trade, but the problem is the Suns have to send out more. So, for example, if the contracts right now are $50 million and $50 million, they got to try to add $1 million to that, like, to be able to send that over.
And doesn't it have to be even players too? Like the Suns.
I think it could be a draft pick or something.
I mean, I don't think the Suns could trade for 3 players and give 2 players.
Yeah.
Like, they have to give them the same amount, which I don't really love. But you know what I do love? Boom Fantasy. Let's hear a word from them.
Man, okay, LeBron hit my parlay. Let's get it.
Oh, shit, he hit it?
Yeah, bro. Look at this.
I won $200. I tailed your parlay.
How the heck did you win $200?
I used Boom Fantasy. I used their pick and spin, spun the wheel, got 10 times my money.
Bro, you got to hook me up.
If you use code RTP, you could get a risk-free bet up to $100. Let's get back to the video. All right, Phil, where you want to go next?
Honestly, we just talked about Jimmy Butler. We just talked about the Dennis Schroeder stuff. Let's go over to the Memphis Grizzlies situation with the Nets game.
Man.
What'd you think about this, man? What'd you think about this?
Okay. I might be in an unpopular. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the sides are on Twitter. Mm-hmm. But to me, I think Jordy Fernandez is in the wrong. Yeah. Hey, can you break down the situation for the people?
All right. So before you start, everyone is saying that Jordy was in the wrong.
He's being a crybaby, dude.
That was like the number one thing. So pretty much this is what happened. Before the Nets and the Grizzlies faced off, I want to say 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And obviously, Grizzlies are better. Nets aren't that good right now. They're hunting for picks. But they were playing the game. It's about to be halftime. Ja Morant makes a 3, hits it, puts them up from 10 to 13. As he makes that, he goes over and says, yeah, Yeah, over at the coach. And almost in his face a little bit, but it caused a little turmoil. We fast forward in the game. I don't know if other stuff happened. I think there was more taunting or whatever. But towards the end of the game, at the 1 minute 11 mark in the fourth quarter, at this point, the Grizzlies are up by 20. Ja said something again, I think, towards the coach, or the coach was trying to talk to him. I don't know what happened there. I just saw there was...
He went over there.
And then it started a little... Dennis Schroeder got into it too. Then Taylor Jenkins got into it. There was just a whole argument or whatever, and people were talking. And after this comes in, the game ends. They win by 16. And then once again, Jordy and Taylor Jenkins, they were trying to go over and talk it out. But then Dennis Schroeder comes over trying to defend his coach, and then leads to another scuffle. After the game, go into the locker room with Ja Morant. Ja Morant says, yeah, I was trolling a little bit. We go to the other side. Nets coach starts going off, talks about we need to respect the game. It felt disrespectful. And then this is what caused all this turmoil, because now we have, well, mainly people are saying Jordy's in the wrong because they're saying he's a crybaby for this. And then there's a little bit of people saying Ja Morant was doing too much. Honestly, tell us down below in the comments what you choose. Do you feel like Ja Morant was doing too much, or do you feel like Jordy needs to man up a bit?
This is the NBA, bro. Ja Morant's getting paid $40-50 million to win games. Mm-hmm. A great way to win games is, hey, this coach is he's a crybaby. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get in his head and I'm going to talk. And he didn't even really talk to him. He was just talking from what I saw. They said something different, but it's like, just because Jordy doesn't like it doesn't mean it's disrespecting the game. I could say, Phil, I don't like your shoes. Don't wear those. You're disrespecting the podcast. You're a grown-ass man. You could wear whatever fucking shoes you want. Ja Morant's a grown-ass man. He could talk shit, whatever you want. It's how you respond. Mm-hmm. If you want to respond and say, just ignore it, do that. But if you want to respond and make it a big deal and say that respect the game and players shouldn't be talking to coaches and all that, come on, bro. Mm-hmm. It's just not that deep for me.
Honestly, to me, and I'm not saying this because, I'm a Laker fan, and I'm not putting my Grizzlies bias in it. I'm looking at this as a superstar acting the way he is. I was not for it.
Okay.
I was not for it. The only reason why I wasn't for it is because, you're already up by 20, or halftime buzzer, you make it 13. Jordy didn't really say anything to you, so I felt like there was no need to kind of go over there. I'm all for it if you want to chirp, go back and forth, if somebody said something to you.
But what if the Nets bench was talking, bro?
If the Nets bench was talking, then talk to the bench. I'm always for it. If somebody talks to you, talk back to them. But it looked like Jordy didn't even pay attention to the three after that. So when I saw Ja go over and kind of almost in his face, give him a look, go yeah, it was kind of just what? Because Jordy, it was funny the way Jordy was like, what I do? Because, if the bench talking, go to the bench. Yeah. But, I didn't respect how Ja handled that situation. But once again, I love that he's putting that energy out there because low-key we need it. And I'm not going to lie, we need to bump the physicality up in the NBA. There's too many whistles. That game yesterday against the Lakers, they said there was 53 whistles.
That's crazy.
For each team or something. That was ridiculous. I hated it. But my point is, for Ja, he is looked at as this guy who is going to be the next up. We call him Baby Westbrook for a reason. I think he's almost...
I don't call him that. That's my...
People call him Baby Westbrook.
Y'all can call him that. I know what Westbrook is.
But I feel like, especially when you're playing a team like this that isn't at your level at all, I feel like you should have a little bit more better composure with it. After that whole thing after the game, they met up and he started dancing and stuff like that. I understand, especially if there was that whole conflict at the end. If you're trying to stand your ground, but at the same time, it seems like you're just taunting them.
For me, respect ain't a thing you got to give everyone, bro. Mm-hmm. If a dude is Dennis Schroeder got in Taylor Jenkins' face.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. If your team's doing it, why can't the other team do it? That's just how I feel. Fuck has Jordy Fernandez done for Ja Morant to get his respect? Mm-hmm. He could talk to everyone. He could dance, do whatever. Ja Morant, I promise you, wasn't trying to be respectful. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Fuck, you gotta respect him for it.
No, I get it.
Isn't that kind of childish though?
Yeah. It's
childish, but I also think he did his job. They won by 20.
You're a grown man. You're winning, and you're a grown man taunting the
I think it's fine. I mean, you won the game. Like, he did his job. Job's finished.
I know, but like it's. I feel like if it was up against my Lakers, I'd take it because we go back and forth.
Yeah.
We go back and forth. If you taunting us, especially after whooping our butt by 16, I'd take it. But this is the Nets, man.
And this is another thing. Sorry for cutting you off a little bit.
No, go in.
We know who Ja Morant is.
Yeah.
Ja Morant going to talk when they're down 30. Mm-hmm. He's going to talk when they're up. He's going to talk in the middle. I think that's why it's okay. Mm-hmm. If he only talked when he was up 20, that's some pussy shit. But he's the star player on the team. They're up. Talk. If they're down, he's going to talk. Like, if he was down 20, you think this would be the same issue? I don't think so. I think it would be like, oh, shit, Ja Morant's just like, like, let him talk.
I know, man. I know.
I feel like the context matters. You got to know who the player is. Mm-hmm. If it's fucking Kawhi Leonard, it's like, why the fuck is Kawhi Leonard talking shit? Kawhi don't talk to nobody. He don't even talk. Fuck is he talking shit for?
You wonder why he's doing it, first off.
You would be like someone on that team said something bogus to him. I feel like Ja Morant he's going to talk. He didn't even say nothing disrespectful. He said, yeah. Mm-hmm. If he said, Jordy Fernandez, you're a bitch, then that's OD. But if he flex on you, when we play trivia, if I beat you, I'm gonna talk shit. I mean, I know there's levels to it, but I'm not getting paid $50 million to beat you at trivia. I should be, because I bust your ass every time we play.
Yeah,
but
I know, but it's almost like it's like, Ant, you and me on a team. Let's say I made a 3, and and that 3 put us up by 23. And we're killing this team that is nowhere near as good as us. And then I just, out of the blue, I just go over, point at the coach, or even just go, yeah, for kind of a little bit of no reason because the coach ain't even paying attention. How would you feel about that?
Maybe I play the game different. Because if we were up 20 and you hit a 3, I dap you up. I say, yeah, he can't fucking guard you. That's why we up 23. He can't fucking guard you.
Now, what if we're playing toddlers?
That's different. The Nets are an NBA team. Calling them toddlers is crazy.
I'm just playing.
You feel me? Like, that's what it is. I don't know.
No, I feel you, man. I feel like,
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
I understand the respect in the workplace, I guess, technically. Yeah. But it's basketball at the end of the day, bro. If I'm going to – when I play pickup, I talk. Mm-hmm. That's the type of player I am, and that's the type of player Ja Morant is. So maybe I see it from that lens. Yeah. But just, like, if he's going to talk, he's going to talk. If you don't like that Ja Morant is talking, then why the fuck are you listening to him talk? Ignore his ass. He could say yeah in your face. What are you going to do, fight him? Like, what's the point of that?
If anything, this should be a message to the Nets that next time you see him on the schedule, take it personal.
Well, that's what Schroeder said to him, because I guess they beat him during the season. Mm-hmm. And Schroeder went to Taylor Jenkins, and he said, y'all ain't going to do nothing because we fucked you up or something like that.
Oh, that was before the game? Or
no, that's when they got in that little scuffle. And Taylor Jenkins was like, fuck that. That was bullshit.
Bro, I've never seen Taylor Jenkins that mad. He was like, one hand in the pocket, he was like yeah. Walking around and stuff.
The Darvin
I was
Ham.
Like, damn, bro.
The Darvin Ham.
The half Darvin Ham. He didn't have both pockets.
Yeah, you're right. Salute.
All right. Do we have one more? Yes, we do.
We got 2 more.
Oh, we had 2 more?
Yeah, we could talk. I know what you're about to get into.
What did we miss?
The Luka and Shea.
Oh, yeah. But do you want to do Luka and Shea or do you want to do McCain?
Look, I don't want to do McCain, but we can talk about him.
Okay. Sadly.
He might, but I don't want to.
Sadly, we lost Jared McCain.
Don't say we lost.
we lost him for this season a little bit. He's out indefinitely with a torn meniscus. He is not dead. Yeah. Don't get in the comments saying I said he's dead. He's not dead. But we lost him. And now we had a question. Who is going to win Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. I'm not going to like flex this like I predicted it or nothing. Mm-hmm. But the same day I was talking to my pops and I was telling him if you wanted to make a bet on Rookie of the Year, I would have bet on Castle because McCain was the favorite. And then that same day he tore his meniscus. But yeah, prayers up to McCain. But Castle right now is second in rookie points, second in rookie assists. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it should be Stephon Castle. And what's so interesting is, like, when Castle was a rookie, or when he was in the draft pool, I guess, my whole thing with him is I thought he was going to be a project. Like, I thought this year would be a bad year for him, and he'd figure it out. Especially, like, being a rookie guard, That's probably the hardest position to come in the league and be a rookie as.
Yeah.
But he's got it figured out. That man, he's gonna be special. I think. I think he's gonna be legit, bro. It's gonna be him and Wemby for a while. They're gonna run the league at some point.
He's got a pretty good IQ already
Yes.
for like I don't know what it is the way he plays. I wish obviously his shooting on the 3-point line would get a little better, but that doesn't matter. He scores really well for being a rookie.
Yeah.
Like he acts like he's already a veteran.
Yeah.
If I had to put my hat in for somebody or just put a name in for who I think would beat him out for rookie of the year, I would honestly go with Alexander Sarr.
I love Alexander Sarr. I don't think he's gonna get it, but I think he's the best rookie.
I think he has a chance low key, especially if Valanciunas gets traded.
He's just such a good defensive player. I mean, I know Wemby fucked him up, but he is such a good defensive player. He's so strong.
You know one other person, is that my boy Brock Bowers?
Not pick.
Dang it, never mind. But you know another person who I think actually could, like, sneakily win Rookie of the Year?
Who?
Yo, man, Vez Missy.
He's been kind of killing too,
I'm about
dude.
to say, I feel like he could low-key come
I
up
told
out of
you.
the blue.
But no, I think everyone knows the type of player he is. Like, that's what he's built to do what he's doing. Like, just catch lobs, rebound, dunk, whatever. But what Castle's doing, I think, is special. Like, he's actually going out there and killing. I have a little fun fact. I thought you were going to bring up Bub Carrington. Because
I low-key was, but I'm nervous on if they're even going to be able to trade Malcolm Brogdon.
yeah, and I like Malcolm Brogdon too. But Bub Carrington this year is a minus 310. The Wizards have been so ass, and it's not his fault. I'm just kind of saying it because I thought it was interesting. But minus 310 is crazy.
That's like favorite, right?
What? No. Not
about
betting
betting?
minus.
Okay, my
I'm
bad.
talking about box plus minus.
Oh, crap.
On the year, he's minus 310.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. Oh, man. But so your pick is Stephon Castle?
Yeah, another thing about Castle that I thought is interesting is out of all the rookies, he leads in free throws. And I think to be a high-level guard in the NBA, you got to get to the line. And that's what he does at a high level, especially for the rookies. I think he's like leading by a good chunk. So he's getting to the line. He could score. He could play make. I just think his numbers are going to be the best. I would put a lot of money on him winning Rookie of the Year.
What do you think about Jalen Wells?
I like him, but I just think he's going to develop into a good role player. I feel like that's kind of hard to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
You're a role player.
That's one thing that sucks, man, because low-key I was looking at all this and I was like, well, I think these guys could be sneaky, but with Jalen Wells, I feel like on the Memphis Grizzlies team, there's just too many people that need the ball. Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, John Morant, maybe even Brandon Clark might see the ball more than him.
Yeah.
But even with Zach Edey there too, I don't think he can get the ball that much. Zachary Reshape, he's just Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Trey Young.
Not Jalen Johnson. Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about all the people that on the Hawks that.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about the Grizzlies.
Oh, my bad. I
No,
was
that's
talking
me.
about the
That's
Hawks.
me. That's me.
I was talking about the Hawks, but I just feel like with all these other people, Dog Connect, he has some good stats right here, but I don't think it can be enough. Too many people.
I think Dawn Connect is too one-dimensional. I think Castle does it all. And
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I like him. Like, Sarr is also too one-dimensional because he's more of a defensive player.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if that warrants a Rookie of the Year. At least from what we've seen in history, defensive players don't win Rookie of the Year. But yeah, the last thing to talk about, can Shea versus Luka be like a real NBA beef? That's a problem I feel like a lot of people have in the NBA right now. It's like we don't have those real rivalries right now. So Shea and Luka gonna be that? What do you think?
I low-key feel like it's going to be a respectable beef.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's going to be real where it's kind of like, like getting on nasty between, like Dylan Brooks and LeBron James type nasty. I think it's going to be like, they're going to be friends off the court. Like, haha, yeah, we cool. Like, were you at that party the other day? Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be on that, bro.
But then,
Were you at the party? You think Luka parties?
Yeah.
Luka be smoking that hookah, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
He be at the lounge.
The
He ain't
hookah lounge, bro.
partying. He ain't partying.
But I think it's going to be when they see each other on the court, they're definitely going to try to murder the hell out of each other.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's head tops, bro. I don't think Luka versus Shea will be a rivalry, but I could see like it getting scrappy between like a Lou Dort and a Luka because of the way Lou Dort plays him, or even like a PJ Washington and Shea, because PJ be guarding Shea probably better than anyone in the NBA. It's interesting, bro. I don't think it'll ever be like a real rivalry on the court.
But I think if y'all meet them one more time in the playoffs, it's gonna turn into a rivalry.
I think it's a the fan bases are gonna always be a rivalry at this point. Luka and Shea Luka had a great game yesterday, and someone tweeted, "If you think if Shea is better than Luka, you're out of your mind." And it's like, bro, like Luka just had a game. Why are you thinking about Shea? That's the shit I hate. Like that, I think that's my top hate in sports in general. And this might be a completely different topic, but like, if you're a Maverick fan, if you're a Laker fan, if LeBron goes out there tomorrow and has 30, 12, and 11, you are not that weird to tweet, Michael Jordan ain't never going to do this. Like, that's some weird shit to be thinking about another dude. First of all, pause. But another dude when you're like, your guy hoops. Like, when Shea goes out there and has a defensive masterclass and 30 points, I'm not thinking about fucking Luka. I'm thinking about, wow, this is a fucking great-ass game. He hooped. I'm not out here like, y'all ever see Luka lock up your star player? No, that's some weird shit to do.
Honestly, with me, man, when it comes to those type of things, I take that as like, yo, this guy's great thing. Because think about it. If Luka puts up a 40-point triple-double and they have to bring up Shea, that means Shea is doing something that is getting under their skin.
Yes.
That means Brody is great. Because if they're talking about people, that means they got to be great, bro.
Turn on the TV and look who at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
I mean, for real, if you don't got haters, are you really great?
For real. And it's like, we talking like Luka don't get to the free throw line? Come on.
Luka gets to the free throw line, bro. I think it does it worse. Like, that's one thing that makes me annoyed when I look at people say, like call Shea a free throw merchant. I'm like, do you guys ever see Luka play?
And Luka dead-ass flops.
That's what I mean.
Shea don't flop. Shea gets fouled, and then he shoots free throws. That's basketball. Luka be slow-ass dribble. And then
what are you doing?
And then he hits one of these. And then he hits one of these. And then he goes. He gets on the Shea don't do that shit. He gets fouled and go to the line.
That was one of the funniest things. Was it the in-season tournament or something like that when it was OKC versus the Mavs and they crushed them? Like Luka, they showed a play where I think Dort was guarding him and Luka did a full-on flop and he got mad. It looked like he chucked something. He just went boom, and then the Thunder just took off with it. And then people were talking about, oh, well, that's the end of the rivalry or something. I was like, well, I mean, technically, in my mind, it never started, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's there yet. I don't think it's there yet.
What did Luka have again? Like Dort shut him down. He
Luka
had 16
had
points, right?
He might have had less than that. It
was like 13 or 16 points. It was a 16-point triple-double, but still.
Did Luka have a 16 triple-double against us?
I think it was either 16, 10, and 7 or 16, 10, and 11. It was something like that.
16, 11, and 5.
Okay, my bad.
5 for 15 shooting, 2 for 8, and he had 6 turnovers. I saw the stats with Lou Dort on him. It was like 1 for 6 and like 4 turnovers with Lou Dort on him. And they showed that play where Lou Dort had 2 hands on him, and everyone was like, 2 hands is always a foul. And it's like, bro, like Luka ain't nowhere near the ball, bro. So, like, what are y'all complaining about?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's called deny, bro.
They got to bring back physicality. They gotta or bump it up. Like do a whole 2K, like buff
Raise the sliders.
Raise the sliders. Because right now, like, just watching that game yesterday, I'm like, nah, these whistles aren't it, bro.
But honestly, I've watched games where the whistle has been good. Like, I think it just depends on the game, and I think that's the problem. It's so inconsistent.
I just think, like, just like how you were talking about let Ja rock out, let these players do what they want. I think they just need like, I was watching that whole... I just saw the full clip of, remember when Kat and Moritz Wagner, they got into it, and then they clapped in each other's face, and they got a double tech for that? They got to let them rock out.
Let them rock out.
They got to let them rock out.
Like, as long as you should not get a tech unless you're fighting or saying something crazy. Other than that, you should be cool.
Honestly, they should test it out in New York.
They should test it out in New York. But you guys let us know at home, what do you think of the refs' whistles? Make sure to like, subscribe, follow. Phil, let them know what else they could do, brother.
Got you, sir. Make sure to add us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well. I'm your man, Phil. This is my homeboy, Ant-Man right here. We out, and let's bounce.
Bounce, baby, boom.
Run the play.